Obviously, the performance and the results have been good as well, which obviously helps it. But yeah, the last few games at Goodison are going to be enjoyed, and today was one of those days.
Martin, how do you think Mikel Arteta will feel about that point today? Will he be too bothered?
Do you know, I think he'd be disappointed at the start of the second half, the way that he allowed Everton back into the game. You can say it was a soft penalty. That's what they'll argue. But he would have expected to have won this game today, particularly when those two were coming on at half-time. We saw glimpses of Martinelli and, again, some good minutes. But, you know, Saka's had 73 minutes in 2 matches. No start now for a number of months. So it was about managing minutes. That's what it became. And it's a shame that they kind of find themselves in that situation. Of course, they would have wanted to still go after the title. But all in all, I think it was honours were even between the two teams. I think it was just about a fair result, really.
Their 11th draw this season, Martin. Only Everton have actually got more than them in the Premier League. Is that the real difference between them?
That's been the difference, yeah. I mean, there's games they were winning last year. You know, if you remember, they went on that incredible run, last 16 games, won 14, lost 1 and drawn 1. They weren't, you know, there was not many draws in there. This year, too many draws. And of course, hamstrung with, you know, injuries. Players are out in the final third, and I think that's really affected them. And they're looking at now that it's not the priority today, really. They're looking at other games, another competition, a huge competition, of course. And it's about, you know, preservation, really. And that's because the squad has got that bug of injuries, and they've had to make sure they just negotiate today's game. You know, credit to Everton. They come back way much better. Moyes it's a totally different Everton right now. 1 defeat in 11. You know, and you know, coming here now is now an okay result. You know, okay, Liverpool came here and won, and Arsenal needed to match that and weren't able to do so.
Can we just put that down to the injuries, Phil? Because they were leading in 7 of those 11 games that they've gone on to draw. Is that something that really has to be addressed?
Well, it is a valid excuse, if you like. But it's tough. A lot of people are pointing out that they didn't go and buy another striker, another number 9. But again, it's if everyone had obviously a clear ball to go and look what was going to happen, I'm sure they'd have signed someone. But it's tough. Liverpool have been fantastic as well. It's hard to go season after season after season to win, as Martin said, 14 of the last 16 games last season. That's not always as easy to do. So Arsenal will be frustrated, but they're going in the right direction. They're obviously in a Champions League game this next week. They're probably going to finish second in the league. It's nearly where they want to be. So I suppose there's positives there, but I'm sure if you're an Arsenal fan, you're just desperate to try and win that Premier League. It's been too long.
Let's have a look at the way Arsenal scored in that first half. Phil, just talk us through what went wrong from an Everton point of view in this.
Well, it was a story of the first half. They just made a couple of bad decisions on the ball, and it cost them the chances. But obviously, between Jared and Adrissa here, there's got to be more communication. If Jared's probably not too sure, maybe, again, in hindsight, it's fantastic from here, potentially not go for the header and drop off. And then obviously when Trossard gets it, you'd like to engage maybe a step or two sooner, potentially close your legs, which obviously allows Jordan then to know that the ball can't go across into the back post. But you know, I'm saying this, I'm still in the studio. It's really easy. I'm sure I've done that plenty of times myself. But
these are young defenders. And I think Braithwaite there, you know, it's one of those stay goal side. You learn that, don't you, eventually? You know, you have to learn the hard way. And then this one here, O'Brien, I think I've been really impressed with him. But there, he's got to get up to the ball. Because, you know, as soon as that's away off and gone from Trossard, it's gone into the back of the net.
Trossard's done that on purpose. He's shifted to the left to make the defender overstep, to shoot between your legs. It's a skill I remember playing against Jermaine Defoe. That was his favourite goal ever. And again, Trossard did it. Fantastic skill from him to obviously drag it back through O'Brien's legs.
Yeah, it was a good finish. Let's have a look, Martin, then at the penalty that Arsenal conceded at the start of that second half. It was Miles Lewis-Skelly kind of bundled over Jack Harrison. What are your feelings on this?
I think initially, Lewis-Skelly maybe he doesn't really kind of get the flight of the ball and he's trying to get his body in the way. But I don't believe there's enough contact there for a penalty.
Massive mine, you don't see it. Again, it looks sunshiny, but it's a little bit windy. Here's a penalty, obviously a fantastic finish from Ellerman, but it is a little bit windy. It's like you say, Skelly lost the flight of the ball, and that's the last thing you want. Just coming out from half-time, Mikel Arteta would have said, you know, let's not concede, let's control this game, and to give Everton the emphasis to go into the second half and put Arsenal under pressure, which they did for most of the half.
What I would say, if I was working with the player, I was like, you know, he uses his body brilliantly. It's one of his strengths. but there are occasions when you just have to go towards the ball. And that would be one of those where he'll look back and say, do you know what, maybe I should have just tried to clear it. But I'm not really sure he's made the foul there. But the referee, once the referee gives it, I don't think VAR is going against it. And the referee was found wanting a little bit today. Some very strange decisions. There was a couple of times the goalkeeper was being obstructed when he kicked it, and the referee didn't even see it. So anyway,
yeah,
let's move on.
So ends the match. We will move on. Yes, Iliman Njai scoring from the spot to equalise. We're going to take...